How you doing, sir, Richard?
I'm good. How are you? I'm Richard. How are you?
Well, I can remember
How's it
that.
going?
Michael.
And don't worry about him.
The automotive reality-styled series Fast and Loud was centered around Richard Rawlings, the businessman, entrepreneur, and owner of the automotive shop Gas Monkey Garage in Dallas, Texas. Besides Richard, the show features a team of experienced mechanics and car experts who specialize in repairing old and run-down cars into jaw-dropping metal beasts to make a profit. The series mainly concentrates on car restoration with thematic skits, occasional drama, and clashes among the cast members. It premiered in June 2012 and became highly popular among car enthusiasts who enjoy breathtaking, drastic, and dramatic transformations. However, after running for 16 seasons, the show was cancelled in 2020, surprising many fans. Even though the show's popularity and reach decreased as it continued, it still had a relatively large, loyal fan base. So, what happened to the series, and why was it cancelled? Let's take a look. The show was filmed at Gas Monkey Garage, a custom shop specializing in customizing classic and hot rod cars for domestic and foreign markets. Richard launched his shop in 2002, eventually becoming one of the most well-known worldwide garages thanks to the Fast and Loud series. Talking of his employees, or cast members during the 16 seasons, several cast members exited the show for personal reasons. The best known include Casey Matthew, Aaron Kaufman, Kurt Busch, Christy Brimberry, Chris Smith, and Tom Smith. Besides the regular cast, the show featured Richard's longtime friend, entrepreneur, and car enthusiast, Dennis Collins, as well as other specialists, who occasionally chimed in to give a unique touch in some areas, such as the holster Yu Lau Hai So Martin, better known as Sue. Interestingly, Richard's crew usually spent 25 to 30 days transforming a car, which is awe-inspiring as such restorations as they performed would usually take several months to complete. Still, given their super organization, they were able to do it for the TV show, including finish, paint, and interior. Richard said, "That's a lot of planning. When we take a project, we plan out everything, put it on the paper, and if it works out mathematically, I find the car. Then we order every single part and don't start the project until every part is in the house." The series has spawned several spin-offs, such as Misfit Garage and Fast and Loud, Demolition Theater. Now a household name, Richard barely needs an introduction, as he's made a name for himself as a creative and intelligent entrepreneur and mechanic in the automotive community. He rose to fame after landing his Fast and Loud series, which not only brought him popularity, but catapulted many of its cast members and his brand and shop to world renown. Richard was born on the 30th of March 1969 in Fort Worth, Texas, USA. He developed an interest in cars at an early age, and as he grew up, his love for metal beasts only grew. After collecting enough money, he bought his first car, a Mercury Comet 1974, and continued buying vehicles thereafter. Richard would purchase a car, make a few adjustments, fix or restore it, and then sell it for profit, which eventually became the basis of his business. Growing up, he'd wanted to become a police officer, and he even enrolled into a police academy at the age of 19. Interestingly, his business wasn't successful in the beginning, as he struggled to finance his projects, as do many others. In order to pay for the restoration and car parts, he worked various other jobs, including as a firefighter, law enforcement officer, and paramedic. Richard first tested the entrepreneurial waters in 1999, when he founded the advertising company Lincoln Press. He founded Gas Monkey Garage in 2002, and 3 years later, sold his Lincoln Press and focused solely on developing his custom automotive shop. While many believe that Discovery Channel producers approached Richard Rawlings and offered to do a show in his shop, that isn't correct. In his interview with Joe Rogan on his popular podcast, Richard revealed that he had the idea to do an automotive show and in 2004 pitched it to various networks.
In 2004, we didn't start till 2008 or 2012.
He further explained how he came up with the idea for the show, saying that he was watching the automotive series that were on TV at the time and realized that these shows were for the male audience only, as he noted that his wife and his kids never watched them. He said,
The shows that were on were a little bit too much bravado, and I'm a tough guy, and so I dug it, and all my buddies dug it, but the wives and stuff, and I was like, golly, they're missing a big chunk of the market here. If you could tone down that part of it a little bit and still have a cool brand and still be a cool guy, and get the moms and the kids in the room, hopefully it's a lot more successful. And so that was kind of where the idea came from, and I just went out and started it.
After hearing no year after year, he finally got the green light from Discovery Channel in 2012. Talking of his background in automobile knowledge and launching the shop, he said, "I've never really been the full fabricator. I understand everything and how it works, but I'm probably more of a business guy. So, I was able to go out and hire good guys to do the fabricating stuff. I had the car knowledge and the eyeball for what was good." From its premiere, Fast and Loud was an immediate success, and subsequently ran for 16 seasons, for good reasons. It was interesting to watch, and so had an optimal viewership rate. The last season premiered in March 2020 and was nothing less than successful as those before. So why was it canceled? In December 2020, Richard guested on Joe Rogan's podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, and Joe went straight for the jugular, asking what was going on with the series. Richard disclosed,
Fast and Loud is no more. I have exited Discovery, and I'm a free agent.
What?
We're going to be doing some cool things in 2021, and it just was a perfect storm, so to speak. It was time for me to expand and grow a little bit, and I'd kind of gotten to the top of that mountain, being Discovery, and there wasn't anything else for me to do there.
The successful Gas Monkey also shared details about creative challenges they encountered, saying, "There's only so many times you can buy a car, fix a car, and sell it, and it was time to make some changes and make it more fun." Judging from his interview, Richard seemed relieved that the show ended, as he wanted to venture out onto other projects. He talked about launching a podcast and being part of many other shows, which he couldn't do while filming Fast and Loud. You may ask why. Well, as it turned out, the contract he signed with the Discovery Channel prohibited Richard from saying anything negative about the show and the network. The consequence for doing so might cost him up to $25,000 in fines. Furthermore, he disclosed that he had initially signed off all media, so Discovery controlled what he could do and post on social media. Although Richard offered a reasonable explanation for the show's ending, many fans weren't satisfied or convinced with his reasoning. Many noticed several other issues with the show, which at the time had been on for years, and in their opinion, they might have influenced the show's cancellation. For example, there was a rumor that the show got the boot 18 months before Richard announced it, which started with a fan's comment that read, "I had a friend who worked on the production crew for Fast and Loud. I remember he got laid off because the show had ended. He told a few friends because he was obviously out of work, but we that knew pledged not to reveal it on our social media. It was well past its expiration date anyways." Another theory is that the show's quality decreased after main mechanic Aaron Kaufman left the shop. The series took on a corporate feel and drastically changed over the years, and ceased to be the show that many had come to love. In addition, many believe that all the drama on the show, including high employee turnover, affected the show's popularity, as many still wanted to watch the restorations, minus the controversy and interpersonal conflicts. If you're familiar with the show, you might know that several employees or cast members were sacked from the series, while others chose to exit. Over time, Fast and Loud became synonymous with controversy, and Richard also gained a reputation as a bad-tempered, irritable, and rigid employer. Many fans began to perceive him as a money-hungry businessman who only had eyes for the greenbacks, and couldn't care less about his crew and how he treated them. So, why did it end? Despite numerous theories, it's most probable that the show concluded because Richard wanted to branch out and do other things. Could Discovery have continued the show without Richard? Well, not really. Even though we often see characters being replaced on various TV shows, that wasn't an option with Fast and Loud, as Richard was the central member and also the owner of the Gas Monkey garage where the filming took place. Simply, no Richard, no show. Suppose you carefully listen to his interview with Joe Rogan. It's evident that even though he really enjoyed working with Discovery, there were some underlying issues with the production or network. Furthermore, the clause about his social media seemed to have played a significant role in his decision-making, as it restricted him heavily. And let's be honest, Richard doesn't seem like a person who likes any restriction.
My way or the highway, my way or the highway.
This meant he couldn't even take a photo of a restored car and post it on his social media without Discovery's approval. When Richard signed the contract in 2011, the clause about social media might have seemed irrelevant, But in the last decade, the role of social media has become monumental for advertising and upgrading business. With time, Richard realized that he'd made a grave mistake and begged Discovery to give him those rights, but they refused. Even Joe, in the interview, said that it made no sense, because Richard's posting about the show on his social media with millions of followers could have only boosted the show and its reach. As Richard said, "Yeah, one would think so." So, is Gas Monkey still running? The answer is yes. Even though the show is over, the garage is still in operation, and its employees are engaged in their usual projects: fixing, renewing, buying, and selling cars. Richard also had his merchandise line, which featured apparel, stickers, and hats. Since he parted ways with Discovery, he's been very active on his YouTube channel, entitled Gas Monkey Garage and Richard Rawlings, which has nearly 1 million followers. Partnering with HB Fuller and Gorilla Pro in July 2022, Richard launched the new YouTube series Gas Monkey Builds, which features himself and his crew building new and unique vehicles, such as the Ultimate Service Work Truck, which is their first project. In addition to participating in numerous motor events, the business seemed to be moving forward. In May 2020, he organized the first ever Tacos and Tires event at his Gas Monkey Garage for fans who wanted to meet him, sell him their car, eat tacos, and drink beer with him. A true entrepreneur, Richard often throws fantastic giveaways for his fans. He recently gave away $200,000.
You are getting $200,000 in cash. You can walk away with it.
As mentioned previously, Richard has dipped his toes in other avenues, including the nightlife field, as he's founded a chain of bars, live music venues, and restaurants. In addition, in 2019, he launched his Gas Monkey line of energy drinks. However, according to the latest reports, he's mainly focused on his garage and participates in related shows, especially automotive events. When a show is as successful as Fast and Loud, it's apparent that it would spawn spin-offs, and one of those is Garage Rehab. The series was launched in 2017 and features garage makeovers. The show's main stars are Richard Rawlings, Chris Stevens, and Russell Holmes, who take mechanical shops in need of updating and invest money into restoring them into functional garages. The show ran for 2 seasons before being canceled in 2019. What happened? While many might jump the gun and point out that Richard's disagreements with Discovery could have influenced the decision to end the show, the truth is far from that. First, the show ended in 2019, a year before he officially parted with Discovery. Secondly, although the show attracted fans in its first season, it had some flaws, and fans were too savvy to just let it slide. One of the aspects that many took issue with was the show's focus on aesthetics. The show's primary goal is to restore a dilapidated garage and make it functional, organized and easy on the eye, which seemed to be what they cared about. For example, one staff member called their shop disorganized, and the crew did nothing about it, while other shops that they restored reverted to the pre-show state in a revisited episode. These issues led some fans to call Garage Rehab one of the least trustworthy shows. Fans noted that several elements of the show were obviously scripted, such as the difference in the behavior of the garage's owner at the beginning of an episode and at the end of the makeover. The crew also performed some impossible and unrealistic tasks, such as fixing up a broken down garage for an event that is set to happen in a week or less. Fast and Loud is one of those automotive series that many car enthusiasts loved watching over a beer or dinner. Even though the show ended, it still ran for a good 16 seasons, which is impressive, and not something every reality show can boast about. If that's not a testament to its popularity, what is? Then, as many have said, including Richard, all good things must come to an end.
Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.